All right, everybody, welcome to Sweaty Palms. Just being at my desk now is Sweaty Palms itself, because apparently I have a spider crossing just right in front of me here at the edge of the desk, so I'm looking both ways before I start my recording. But if it appears again, I might freak out. All right, this video is brought to you once again by the Captain Sparkles 2 channel here on YouTube. We're still, for another day or so, gonna be the only place to find new gaming content here on YouTube from me, while the main channel's on a bit of a hiatus. Anyway, just thought I'd throw it out there. Let's start off with number 19. What an interesting patch of grass. Thumbnail loading kind of spoiled it, because I saw that there's obviously an, oh my god. Didn't spoil it completely. That thing just popped out of there way too quickly. Dude, how can alligators or crocodiles be so agile when they're so gigantic? It's not supposed to be that way. Same with hippos, dude. They're gigantic. They weigh like 50,000 pounds, and yet they can run faster than a human on their tiny little legs that are like this long. It's not cool. And also, like, it has to push all that water out of the way. It's not supposed to be able to go that fast. When, like, have you tried running underwater? It's really not easy, okay? No thanks. I just want to know if it's a whale. It's a whale, right? Is it an orca? It must be. I don't even care if it's the most peaceful, gentle creature on the planet, which I think for the most part whales are pretty peaceful. Something that significantly large next to me while I'm just in a kayak in the middle of the ocean. I don't know. I think I'd be panicking just a little bit. This person looks like they're fine with it. Maybe I'd settle in once it didn't decide to just huck me into the air. But until then, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not comfortable. I need to go. That's a big squid. Is it an unalive squid? It must not be alive, because squids, giant squids are like never ever captured on camera. What's it been captured like once when it's alive? Oh god, oh dude. You can see how the tales of old have like sea monsters in them and stuff like that. Just imagine seeing something like that back in the Middle Ages, sailing across the Atlantic Ocean or something like that, and you see one of those floating up to the surface. You're like, yeah, it's not good. One of those is gonna try to take down our ship at some point. That's so unsettling. Is it actually a giant squid? It has to be, right? There aren't other squids that get that large. But it's definitely not live. You don't catch a giant squid just chilling next to the surface like that. Sailing away. Dude, every time I see clips of competition sailboats and things like that, it's just, they're so angled into the water. Sometimes they're like fully tipped out on one side if it's a catamaran. And I'm just like, I don't know how you guys do this. Why is there so much water-related stuff this time around? Can we ease up on the water? It's making me really nervous. I can't breathe in that. This is good, right? The boat's not sinking, right? Can I get a confirmation? April 30th, 2020, Miami, Florida. Nah, I'd rather not. Are those the ropes that are supposed to be supporting them, just kind of flailing around loosely in the air? Oh, God. Is that like shattering windows too? Because that's really, that's got to be kind of worrisome as well. Like, what if they run in a window just shatters on them? That's not good at all. Oh my god, dude. How does that... Did the wind just pick up in the middle of the window washing? Because I feel like there's got to be a limit to how strong the winds can be in order for people to actually start washing the windows on the outside of a skyscraper. It's got to be like pretty calm day. And then it just picked up out of nowhere. That's got to be the worst fear of anyone who does that for a living, is the wind just suddenly picking up. But also, it's not supposed to swing that much, is it? What do you even do? Just imagine. What? Is that like, what, I don't know what you would even call the thing. That's like a place where you'd be hiding out in the middle of a war. It's like something from Saving Private Ryan. And I guess you'd stick a barrel out of there, and that's, my god. Did that hold up? Like, I really want to know Did the shells make it inside, or did they actually just hit and then lodge themselves in and the people inside were okay? Can you imagine the sound of that? You are inside of a metal hollow container. Like, I bet if you knocked on the outside with your hand, you'd hear a loud echo reverberation on the inside. Then just imagine that. Would you ever be able to hear again after being inside one of those? Too close for comfort. Look at what an absolute unit. Look at the muscles on that right there, dude. That thing could probably leap tall buildings in a single bound, and it looks so sinister. Oh God, that's really cool to see, though. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I guess if I was in my car, I'd be okay, because I'd think, at least I can accelerate out of there. God forbid, it will probably be able to chase me up to like 100 miles an hour. It's as fast as a cheetah. Look at that. Although, when you got a lot of bulk, it does make it harder to run quite as quickly. It just helps for like being able to push heavy objects. This engineering masterpiece. Oh God, yeah, it's just that they're perfectly timed so that they can follow their paths but not hit each other. Oh God. You just gotta think, what happens though if the timing gets off or something? I guess, you know what, there are bigger things to worry about in that case. If the timing gets off, it means there's probably a bigger issue that was gonna cause problems no matter what. So, oh man. But, I don't know, I guess at least if you have a helicopter with a single blade on top and then the stabilization at the back, God forbid something goes wrong with the stabilization, I guess you're gonna start spinning, but at least it's not just gonna be catastrophic. I don't know what's worse, actually. I really don't know what's worse. I'm not an aviation expert. I have to teach in an hour. Working on updates, 38%. Don't turn off PC. This will take a while. You always hate it when it says this will take a while. It's like, at least they're being realistic, but most of the time, they try to tone it down a bit by saying, oh, it'll take a few minutes, or it could take a few minutes. Not this will take a while. You've just sealed my fate. And also, you forced me to do this. You didn't give me an option. It was either update and shut down or update and restart. Not restart and update later. Nope. If you want to restart your computer and get rid of that memory leak, you gotta install these updates. I don't care if you gotta teach a class. No thanks. Are they... Oh God, I thought there was flowing water at first. Didn't it kind of look like flowing water? Okay, at least there's no flowing water. I thought it was like the edge of a big waterfall or something like that. That looks pretty cool, actually. The only sweaty palms part of the people who are like, yeah, let me get really close to the edge for no good reason at all. Why bother doing that? It's not like you really have much of a risk of falling off if you're on the path. Like, that's a pretty big balance beam. But yeah, let me just walk way, way over to the edge. Bro, is that a natural formation? Because that's pretty amazing. No, sir. But, oh God, you're just giving a rattlesnake water. Is that a rattlesnake? A rattlesnake is a type of viper. I don't know if this is a different kind, though. If only the snake, had the ability to connect the action with the thing doing it to where it'd be like, oh, that's a nice human giving me water. I won't attack it. Nah, it has no concept of that. Dude, okay, so I put out a rubber rattlesnake on my pool deck the other day, the last week, because I've had a crow problem where these crows just will not stop taking food into my pool and leaving it there after they eat a bit of it, and it's just been an absolute mess. So I was recommended, hey, maybe a rubber snake would help. It seems to be working so far, but my gardener came, and I'm doing a workout, and I'm looking outside, and I see one of them like taking a picture. I'm like, why are they taking a picture? And then he knocks on my sliding glass door where I'm doing my workout, and he's like, I think you have a rattlesnake on your deck. What's happening? And I had to explain to him the crows and it's a rubber snake. And even after that, I see him like inching his way over, like he didn't believe me that it was a rubber snake. Like, you know what? If it works on humans, maybe it's gonna work on the crow, and it seems to be working so far. So it's good stuff. Hold on. did this man just dive into a drainage hole and unclog it? This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. There are so many problems with this. First off, how much like dirtiness and disease is inside of that water? Second off, it's just complete murkiness. How the heck did he know where to fish out whatever was blocking it? And third off, when it is unblocked and all that, like that water went down quickly. Imagine if he wasn't hanging on hard enough and he just went down with it. Like it'd be all over. I hate everything. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is not okay. When an avalanche hits, just go with the flow. I learned that I should wear proper shoes when helping my uncle at the farm. I don't like that. Not one bit. I'm so worried that one day, I don't know, just if I ever go to the beach, which is scary because there's water at the beach, but if I'm ever at the beach, what happens if you just have it could even be just like a sharp stick. It doesn't have to be an actual nail, but you just step on that barefoot, you don't notice it, just boom. How did humans ever exist barefoot? We're so easy to damage. Like, man, I can't run through nature without coverings for my feet. Why could all these animals do whatever the heck they want? They can just, trot through nature, no issues whatsoever. Their feet don't just get impaled. All I want to do is not have to worry about it, but it hurts. I have to worry about getting cuts, getting infected. We're so frail, and I hate it. And the top for the last month, trying to raise a heavy post without machines. It's an interesting tactic though. Like they just inch the metal post closer and closer. It's a smart way to do it. Just kind of terrifying. Just obviously going to get more and more and more difficult. I assume there's someone with a rope on the other side.